I'm not done with this winner mentality talk. Not done at all. I need to I need to talk about the winner mentality around some of these pro athletes. And I did a show, dude, maybe a year ago, and it was around the rumors with regards to Harry Kane, Haaland, just a lot of movement, even Mbappe, right? There's a lot of talk about where these key players are going to go, where these generational players may end up. Okay, so I got to thinking, and I was like, players should take a minute and look at what Neymar did. I talked about this on the previous video. Definitely check it out. I'll do my best to put the link in the description. But I talk about Neymar and Neymar, wonder kid out of Brazil, had everything at his feet. You know what I mean? Like, man was doing his thing in Brazil, did his thing when at Barcelona. Amazing. He happens to be at Barcelona, and we know, maybe some of you don't, but Barcelona still was a fierce club. They're getting back to being fierce again. But Barcelona had what was referred to as MSN, and it consisted of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Messi, obviously, one, arguably two, depending on who you're talking to, best player in the world, peak of his powers, and at the peak of his powers for a really long time. But you had Messi. Then you had a lethal, prolific, clinical, vicious striker in Suarez. Remind me a lot of Mike Tyson because the man would do it, right? And those of you that know the Mike Tyson reference, you'll get it. And then you had Neymar, young talent, surrounded by greatness with regards to players, and still shined, did his thing. Did his thing so much that it was undeniable that man was nice. But being the newcomer to Barca, being at Barca with a developing GOAT, he never got the recognition or got talked about, obviously, the way Neymar did. I mean, sorry, the way Messi did, and understandably so. Messi. So, what I had to say on that previous video was when you have the winner mentality and what you're pursuing is genuine with regards to the sport that you play. I'm gonna keep it with regards to sports. So this will also be with regards to your career. But if what you're pursuing is genuine, where you want to be in the best environment, have the best possibility at having the best results, things work out for you. Things things progress the way they should be because it's genuine in thought and it's the thinking, the rationale is bang on. When it starts deviating to the point where you're like, I want to be the man somewhere else. I want to be the man and prove that I can have the same success elsewhere. Fair enough. And have that mentality. Here's where I want to point out where it's flawed and where it's a little too much ego, or where I think the ego is misplaced. If you happen to be the man, or sorry, you happen to be playing amongst the guy that everyone says is the man, if your performance If what you deliver, if what you're able to contribute doesn't get to the point where it exceeds what the man is doing, you're not good enough. And yeah, in a team sport, there strategically, tactics, things may be directed to run through one player more than the other. Fair, I understand that. But in a team sport where you, things need to be balanced, and obviously the man isn't getting all the opportunities, you have a chance to show that you can be the guy. You'll have a chance, obviously, because happen within gameplay, um, form, being in really good form, obviously happens. If you want to really prove that you have that winner mentality and you want to be the man, you remain on that team. You remain in that environment and you outshine everybody else. You take the opportunity and then you outshine and you do your thing to show the world and obviously to prove to yourself. Have the thought, you have the idea in your head, but you actually prove to yourself because then it happens on the field that you're the guy. That's the winner mentality. I really hope that players like Mbappe, players like Haaland, um, Foden, but if you're a player with the winner mentality, if you're in the environment that's already surrounded by greatness, the way you prove that is to match or exceed it to truly prove that you're a great player. You don't run. You don't run. You don't go elsewhere to be. Being a Toronto-based fan for Man City, I also consume sports and obviously North American sports like basketball, football. More importantly, basketball. I see it all the time. I see NBA stars looking to leave to go elsewhere um, because they do want to be the man. They do want to be the focal point. They want the team built and surrounded by them. The problem with that is you're going from a strength to a weakness because you're going an environment where you are strong because you have other good players around you to a place that needs to be built up. And if that's something that you want to do, fair enough. But if the true pursuit is to get the most out of your ability, that happens when you're surrounded by other greatness. Take a second and think about what Neymar's career could have been remaining in Barcelona. Because with everything, Father Time affects everybody. So Messi, quote unquote, the great, the GOAT, him falling off, losing a step, not being able to play on both ends of the field, not be able to run the way he used to, not be able to maybe play as hard in as many games. That's when Neymar could have been looking like Messi who? Messi passed the torch to me. I'm still at Barcelona. This team's built. This team's now centered around me. I've taken the crown from him. You know what I mean? Like, and I know hindsight, everything's 2020, but I think that needs to be more of a mentality amongst players. I really think that needs to be more of a mentality amongst players. And we don't know until things are confirmed. We don't know until players sign on that dotted line. But if Mbappe is looking to leave PSG surrounded by the players that he has there to go to Real Madrid, which is the rumor, I think it's a really strong possibility. He's going there probably like for like with regards to squads and teams. Although I would say Real Madrid's probably on the older side, looking for that transition. But Real Madrid, PSG, we get it. Heritage, Champions League win, the badge. Get it. We get why Real Madrid is so appealing, and it's probably a destination for so many kids because of what they've seen in the past with regards to some of their legends. Shoot, we saw Cristiano Ronaldo, as great of a start he had, and it wasn't even where he started, but as great as, of a career that he was having at Man U, still had ambitions to go to Real Madrid. Mind you, he went like I believe he also went like for like, right? Great tradition at Man U. He went to Real Madrid and did his thing to be the man, but he was the already the man at Man U. He's showing that. I think players need to think long and hard about where they can go to get the most out of their ability and get the most out of establishing a legacy. And on future shows, I'm going to talk heavy. I'm going to talk heavy about Erling Haaland. If that, if it's true, if it's true with regards to what Haaland's saying about he's going to where the best project is, and if he happens to choose to go to Man City, if he happens to go to Man City and has that winner mentality that I'm talking about, has has have he has that vision board, right? He has that vision board. Most goals in the EPL, most goals in a season, most most consecutive goals per game. I don't know. I don't know all of the striker records. If he has that type of winner mentality and is ambitious enough and is driven enough to want to do it in quote unquote today, the toughest, most watched league in the world. Oh man, that winner mentality coupled with the manager's winner mentality, coupled with the club's winner mentality, and what I talked about earlier, then layered on with the fan winner mentality that we're bringing to this. Oof, oof. It's gonna be it's gonna be nasty. It is going to be nasty. It's going to be must-watch TV to see what is this team going to do. Haters gonna have to hate, but they're gonna still watch. Oh man, okay. I just gotta wait. I gotta wait until things get signed. I talked about on a previous show on how the new agent rules, and shout out to uh, yo, before I go any further, I need you guys to understand. Shout out to the True City fan and shout out to Carl. Excellent video a couple days back where they just broke down this whole UEFA club cap that's going to be happening with regards to spending. They also revealed, which I wasn't aware of, they talked about the agent rules and um, how there's also going to be a cap on the percentages that agents get for salaries, which is going to be capped at 3%, and then transfer fees, which is going to be capped at 10%. And from what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, hit me up in the comments. I believe that takes effect April 10th. So I'm hoping that the news is going to be announced April 10th. April 10th is also a key date because I think that's the match against Liverpool. So, oh man, announcement before the game, announcement after the game, announcement earlier in the week. I don't know, but I think we're going to know where Haaland, Mr. Winner mentality, is going to end up. Right? Okay.